So the next type of estimate is detailed estimate. I already told you what is detailed estimate. So the next is revised estimate. So revised estimate is also a detailed estimate and is to be prepared when the original sanctioned amount of estimate exceeds by more than 5%, and when the amount spent on the work exceeds administratively sanctioned amount more than 10%, when there are drastic changes in original proposal, original load bearing structure is now proposed to be converted into a framed structure even if the cost of the work does not exceed the sanctioned amount. The revised estimate is accompanied by a comparative statement in the prescribed format indicating the changes in each item of works, its rate and amount as per original, and revised with full justification for such variations and excess, etc. So the next type of estimation is supplementary estimation. It is a fresh detailed estimate which is to be prepared when additional works are required to supplement the original proposed work, or when further development or extension of the work is required to be carried during progress of the work. The abstract must indicate the original amount of the estimate and the total amount including supplementary amount for which fresh sanction is to be obtained. So this is known as supplementary estimate. The eighth and last type of estimation is annual repairing or annual maintenance estimation. Annual repairing or annual maintenance is a detailed estimate prepared to keep or maintain the building or road in proper working and safe condition. In case of building, this includes items such as whitewashing, painting of doors, windows, inside and outside plastering, and minor repairs, etc. The amount of such estimates should be within 1.2 to 2% of the original cost of the building. In case of roads, it includes items such as filling, patches, minor repairs, bridges and culverts, repair to burns, etc. In case of damage caused to the work during monsoon, which cannot be repaired within the annual repair grants, a special repair estimate is to be prepared. So this was the last type of estimation, annual repair estimation or annual maintenance estimation. So these are the types of estimations. So the next part of your syllabus is general item of work for building cost estimation. So there are different 13 items, items of work for building cost estimation. So these are, first one is clearing the site, soil excavation for foundation trenches, earthwork in filling, damp proof courses, plain cement concrete or PCC works, reinforced cement concrete works or RCC works, steel work, shuttering, masonry works, plastering works, painting, flooring and tiling, and woodwork for door and windows. So individually I am going to explain these 13 items. So first of all, clearing the site. Material on the top of the soil such as vegetation, bushes and other perishables and organic materials should be cleared and measured in the square meters. So again I am explaining the what to do in clearing in the site. Material on the top of the soil such as vegetation, bushes and other perishable and organic materials should be cleared and measured in square meter. So this is the first item of work, that is clearing the site. And the second one is soil excavation and foundation, for foundation trenches. The earth is excavated for foundation trenches to the exact width and height of the foundation. The sides and the bottom of these trenches are leveled both longitudinally and transversely. Its unit is cubic meters. So third one is earthwork in filling. This includes filling up the excavated part up to the required depth, either with the soil excavated from the site or soil carried from outside of the site. The filling is based on the quality and the type of soil that is excavated. Its unit is cubic meter. Earthwork in filling can be subdivided into filling in foundation, plinth filling. So these are the two types. Earthwork in filling can be subdivided. So next one is damp-proof course or DPC. This is generally a layer of 1:2:4 cement concrete mixture mixed with a waterproofing compound laid between the plinth and superstructure walls to prevent the seepage of water rising from the ground through capillary action. It is measured in terms of square meter. So that was damp-proof course or DPC. सो तुम लोगों को पता करना है कि इसमें कौन सा डीपीसी मतलब डैम प्रूफ कोटिंग मटेरियल कौन सा यूज़ करते हैं, वो तुम लोगों को सर्च करके बताना है और गो थ्रू द बुक फॉर डिटेल्स. And the next one is PCC work or plain cement concrete work. In this, one need to calculate the quantity of PCC required for foundation, trenches, grade slabs, sills, etc. If the slope is provided for the foundation, its quantity needs to be determined. Its unit is cubic meters. Okay, so it was plain cement concrete or PCC works. Next one is reinforced cement concrete works. The concrete in foundations, grade slab, plinth beams, floor beams, lintel beams, columns and slabs are all included in the quantities of RCC. These items also includes the concrete in Chhaja. No needs to deduct the volume of reinforcement from the total volume of concrete. As a separate item, the reinforcement quantity will be determined. Shuttering is recommended to be calculated separately. If reinforcement or shuttering are included and considered as a consolidated item with RCC, this should be properly described in the description. Its unit is cubic meter. So it was reinforced cement concrete or RCC works. So next item of works is steel work. The quantity includes bending and binding in position and is measured in quintal. No separate payment for the binding wire is required. For calculation purposes, the quantity of steel is calculated from the percentage volume of reinforced concrete, but for practical purposes, reinforcement is calculated from the bar bending schedule and paid after measuring the bars before concreting. So it was steel work. Next, eighth one is item of works is shuttering. The cost of formwork is approximately 30% of cement concrete work. It is measured in square meters, multiplying length and breadth. The measurement is taken as the actual surface in concrete with concrete or any other material requiring from work. Generally, practice is to consider the area of built-up concrete members. So it was shuttering, one of the important item of work for building estimation. So next one is masonry work. The volume of brickwork is calculated by multiplying the length, breadth and height of the wall. Its unit is cubic meter. It is convenient to break masonry work into two stages, like first one is in foundation and second one is in superstructure wall. So in foundation, for stage 1, since there are no openings in the wall up to the plinth, no reduction is required in the volume. And for superstructure wall, the volume of brickwork is first calculated, assuming that there are no openings. After calculating the volume of brickwork, standard deduction for volume of openings, volume of lintels are made as prescribed in the building standard. So it was masonry work, most important part of build general items for building cost estimation. And next 10th one is plastering work. The measurement is taken as the surface area of the wall before plastering. The required deduction for door and window opening is thereby calculated. Plastering quantity for the ceiling is measured as the area between walls. Soffits of stairs are also considered as ceiling plastering. Certain points to note regarding reduction of for opening are as follows: opening not exceeding 0.5 square meter, no reduction or addition shall be made. In case of opening exceeds 0.5 square meter but not exceeding 3 square meter, and when both the faces of the wall are plastered with the same plaster, the deduction has to be made only with the one face. For opening area exceeding 3 square meter, deduction shall be made for each phase of wall plastering. So these are the requirement for plastering work. And next one is 11th one is plain painting. This item includes quantities measured for applying 2 to 3 coats of whitewash or color wash or emulsion paints. Like in the case of plastering, the quantity for painting is also calculated as area. So you have to calculate it like as area. So the unit of this painting is square meter, because area is the unit of area is square meter. So next one is flooring and tiling. So the next item of work is flooring and tiling. This item consists two sections. First one is the flooring of the ground floor. In this we measured the quantity of rubble soiling provided below the foundation foundation floors, pavement, ramps, etc. The quantity includes either the quantity of thick lime concrete or cement concrete over soiling. Then the top part of the flooring is calculated. This top flooring may be of different types embedded in cement mortar bed. All these items together will contribute to flooring on the ground floor. So the second section is flooring of the top floors. The quantity of flooring is measured as the area between walls that should be floored. So these are the two types of flooring and tiling. So the next item of work and the last item of work is woodwork for doors and windows. This item consists two sections also. Okay, so first section is door and window frame. By multiplying the total length of the frame to its cross section, the quantity for the door and window frame can be determined. The total length would be 2 times the height and 1 width of the opening. As there is no bottom sill, the window frame quantity would include 2 vertical lengths and 2 horizontal widths. Its unit is cubic meters. Okay, so the second section is door window shutters. By multiplying the height by the breadth and stating the thickness in the description, the quantity for the door window shutters can be determined. For double shutters, the overlapping at the center in between is not accounted for. Other fittings are usually paid individually and provided as separate items. Its unit is square meter. So these are the general items of work for building estimation. The estimation calculation should include all these items. It is important to calculate all these quantities to great precision. So now all of you have a basic understanding